They laughed when you bought that 10-year-old luxury car. Now it's worth more than their brand new ride. In today's market, old luxury hits different. Tighter steering, real materials, no fake screens pretending to be class. These cars age like fine whiskey, while new ones feel like diet soda. Let's talk about the old luxury machines that embarrass new cars in 2025. On price, performance, and presence. Lexus ES350. You want to know what aged better than most brand new luxury sedans? The Lexus ES350. This thing is the definition of stealth, wealth. It doesn't shout money, it whispers quality. When it first dropped, the ES350 was seen as the boring cousin of the sporty IS, or the flashy German sedans. But here's the plot twist. While those rivals started rattling, burning oil, and flashing warning lights, the Lexus just kept going. Smooth, quiet, bulletproof. Under the hood, you've got a 3.5-liter V6 that makes around 268 horsepower, paired with a 6-speed automatic that's as smooth as butter. No turbo lag, no drama, just seamless, old-school Lexus refinement. It glides more than it drives, and in traffic, it feels like therapy on 4 wheels. Fuel economy? Around 21 city, 30 highway. Not shocking, but for a silky V6, it's respectable. What's shocking is how these things hold up. There are ES350s out there with over 200,000 miles that still idle like new. That's not luck, that's Lexus engineering. Ideal buyer? Someone who wants premium comfort and reliability without overpaying for a badge. Maybe you're done with constant repairs on your German luxury car, or you just want a classy daily that won't bleed your wallet dry. Now, it's not perfect, the steering feel is numb, and the ride can be too soft if you love carving corners. Some owners mention the interior leather, cracking on early models, and dashboard melting issues in hot states, so always inspect those before buying. Best model years, 2012 to 2017 hit the sweet spot. You get modern tech, classic build quality, and that naturally aspirated V6 before Lexus started downsizing engines. Market price? You can snag clean examples between 12 and 18 grand, and that's insane value considering what you're getting. Pro tip, check for service records and avoid neglect. Oil changes every 5,000 miles, and that transmission will outlast most marriages. Bottom line, the Lexus ES350 didn't age well by accident. It aged well because it was built before luxury meant overcomplicated. And if you think the ES is impressive, wait till you see the next car. It trades calm comfort for sharp control. Same Japanese reliability, but with muscle, grip, and attitude. If the Lexus ES350 is the calm professional, the Acura TL SH-AWD is the ex-athlete who still hits the gym every morning. This car is one of the most underrated luxury bargains of the past 15 years, a machine that blends Japanese reliability with legit driving muscle. Pop the hood and you'll find a 3.7-liter V6 that punches out 305 horsepower. No turbo gimmicks, no fake noise, just natural aspiration and an exhaust note that makes you grin. It sends power through Acura's SH-AWD system, super handling all-wheel drive, which actively shifts torque between the front and rear and even side to side, keeping you glued through corners like a sports sedan from another world. And the 6-speed manual? Yep, it exists. A manual luxury sedan that actually puts the driver first. Even the automatic version is crisp, fast, and dependable. This isn't just a comfy cruiser, it's a car that wants to be driven hard. Fuel economy? About 17 city. 25 highway. Not Prius territory, but nobody buys this car for that. You buy it because it feels alive. Inside, you get Acura's early 2010s cockpit vibe, real buttons, sculpted seats, and zero lag. It feels premium, without the pretentiousness. Ideal buyer? Someone who still loves driving but needs 4 doors and adult practicality? You're not trying to show off. You just want something that's fast, classy, and doesn't fall apart like some Euro rivals. Known issues? Watch for timing belt changes. Acura recommends every 105,000 miles, so make sure that's done. Some owners report slight vibration under braking due to warped rotors, but that's an easy fix. Electronics are reliable, but the nav system feels dated. Best years? 2012 to 2014. The facelifted models look cleaner, ride tighter, and have fewer transmission quirks. Price range today? Between 10 and 15 grand for a well-kept one. That's criminally cheap for this level of performance and quality. Quick inspection tip. Check for uneven tire wear. It can indicate a neglected SH-AWD system. If it's serviced properly though, that system makes the car feel like it's carving rails on dry pavement. This TL aged like fine metal, strong, sharp, and surprisingly relevant in a market obsessed with screens and fake sportiness. It's the luxury car for people who still drive. Grab your phone, hit subscribe, and tell us in the comments which city are you watching from and which of these old school luxury cars would you daily drive. And if you think Acura brought balance, the next one throws comfort out the window, a wild European icon that went from luxury limo to budget beast in just a decade. Mercedes-Benz E350 W211. You can tell a lot about a Mercedes by how its doors sound when they close. The W211, E350, it thunks. That deep, satisfying sound that screams old-school Benz engineering. Before Mercedes went digital crazy, before touchscreens and fake exhaust tips, this car represented what made the brand legendary: substance, solidity, and silence. The E350 ran from the mid-2000s and came with a 3.5-liter V6, producing about 268 horsepower. Paired with the 7-speed automatic, it's smooth, steady, and deceptively quick. You don't floor it, you glide, with the kind of effortless pull that newer 4-cylinder luxury sedans can only dream of. What really sells this car isn't the power, it's the feel. You sit behind that 3-pointed star, surrounded by real wood, real leather, and tank-like build quality. The doors are heavy, the steering has weight, and the suspension filters the road like a proper executive car should. Back then, Mercedes still built cars to outlast governments, not just warranty periods. Ideal buyer? Someone who appreciates craftsmanship, who wants comfort and credibility without chasing trends. It's perfect if you've grown tired of overcomplicated infotainment systems and just want a luxury car that feels mechanical in the best way. Fuel economy sits around 18 city and 26 highway, which is acceptable given its size and power. Known issues? Early models had trouble with the Sensotronic brake system and some air suspension leaks on higher trims, but most of those have long been fixed or replaced. If you stick with a well-maintained post-2007 E350, you're safe. Those years are rock solid. Priced today, you can find clean examples between 8 and 12 grand, and that's wild when you realize you're getting a car that costs nearly 60 grand new and still feels luxurious today. Inspection tip: listen for rough idle or sluggish shifting. Both are signs the valve body or conductor plate might need attention. Fix it once, and you'll have a car that'll easily hit 200,000 miles if serviced properly. What makes the W211 special is that it bridges eras. Built tough like the old Mercs, refined enough for modern roads. It aged gracefully because it was engineered, not marketed. So, while others brag about their new digital dashboards, you'll be rolling in a machine that makes time slow down. And just when you think German luxury had the last word, wait till you see the next one. It's Scandinavian, it's sleek, and it aged from quiet coastal cruiser to one of the coolest convertible bargains of 2025. Volvo C70. You probably don't think of Volvo when you think of luxury convertibles, and that's exactly why the C70 hits different. It's not loud, it's not trying to prove anything, but years later, it's standing tall as one of the most stylish, dependable, and underrated drop tops you can buy for pocket change. The second generation C70 came with a 2.5-liter turbocharged 5-cylinder engine, making around 227 horsepower. Paired with either a slick 5-speed automatic or, in rare cases, a manual. Power delivery is smooth and full of character. That offbeat 5-cylinder growl has more soul than most modern Turbo 4s. This isn't a hardcore sports car, and that's the beauty of it. The C70 was designed for long drives, ocean views, and effortless cruising. The retractable hardtop transforms it from coupe to convertible in about 30 seconds, and unlike many aging soft tops, it still feels tight, solid, and quiet when closed. Inside, it's pure Scandinavian calm, minimalist lines, high-quality materials, and that signature floating center console that still looks futuristic today. The seats? Some of the best in the business. Volvo's ergonomics were ahead of their time, and you feel it every mile. Ideal buyer? Someone who wants a classy, reliable weekend car without dealing with German headaches. You're not chasing horsepower, you're chasing feel, style, and something that doesn't scream midlife crisis. Known issues? Watch for neglected PCV systems and oil leaks from the turbo area, common but easy to fix if caught early. The retractable roof has multiple sensors and motors, so you'll want to test it several times before buying. If it's smooth and silent, you've got a keeper. Best model years, 2008 to 2013, those have the refined interior, stronger transmission, and better reliability. Fuel economy sits around 20 city, 28 highway, which is fair for a Turbo 5. And the price? You can find beautiful examples between 7 and 12 grand. That's a steal for a convertible that feels genuinely premium and still turns heads at the beach or the boulevard. Pro tip, look for models with service history from coastal states. They're often garage kept and used seasonally, meaning lower miles and cleaner condition. The C70 isn't for people who crave attention, it's for those who appreciate taste. It's aged into a smooth, confident machine that proves old luxury can still feel young. And if you thought Volvo was the surprise of this list, the next one cranks things up with Japanese precision and a dose of pure attitude. A luxury coupe that aged into a modern classic. If the Volvo C70 was all about chill luxury, the Infiniti G37 is the complete opposite. Sharp, loud, and unapologetically driver-focused. This is the car that proved Japan could go head-to-head with the Germans and win, not with gadgets or gimmicks, but with raw, mechanical honesty. Under the hood lives a legend, the 3.7-liter VQ V6 engine, pumping out around 330 horsepower. It revs like it's angry, sounds like a small storm, and delivers power so linear it feels naturally athletic. You can get it with either a slick 6-speed manual or a 7-speed automatic that's quick enough to keep things exciting. Rear-wheel drive came standard, but the all-wheel drive G37X version gives you that all-season confidence without dulling the fun. Acceleration? Around 5.5 seconds to 60, which still embarrasses a lot of new sports sedans. The steering is tight, the chassis is balanced, and the suspension hits that perfect middle ground, firm enough for back roads, but smooth enough for long drives. Ideal buyer, the G37 is for someone who wants a luxury coupe or sedan that doesn't play it safe. You appreciate performance but don't want to spend BMW money every time something breaks. You want something stylish, quick, and durable, a car that can handle daily life and still thrill you every Sunday morning. Inside, it's old school premium. Thick leather, brushed aluminum, analog gauges, and seats that hug without hurting. Sure, the infotainment feels prehistoric by 2025 standards, but when you're rowing gears and listening to that V6 scream to 7,000 RPM, you won't care. Known issues? Watch for power steering pump leaks, oil consumption in hard-driven models, and worn motor mounts, typical for an older performance car. The good news? The drivetrain itself is almost bulletproof. Regular oil changes and fluid flushes, and this engine will easily crack 250,000 miles. Best years? 2010 to 2013 hit the sweet spot. Refresh styling, refined transmission tuning, and top reliability. Fuel economy lands around 19 city, 26 highway. Prices today? Around 9 to 14 grand for clean examples, and that's an absolute steal for this level of power and polish. Quick inspection tip, listen for timing chain rattle on cold start. If it's quiet, you've got a solid G. The Infiniti G37 aged beautifully because it was honest. No fake noise, no hybrid systems pretending to be sporty, just real performance, wrapped in timeless design. So if you've been chasing something that feels alive every time you start it, this might be your perfect ending to the old luxury that aged better than new list. These cars prove one thing. Real luxury isn't about screens or subscriptions. It's about craftsmanship that lasts. So if you're shopping smart in 2025, skip the overhyped new stuff and grab a piece of engineering history instead.